Hi, this is Mylixia from Team Dignitas, and I'm here with Shiphtur. Thank you for joining me.
Yep.
And we have an interview today about patch 4.2.0 and some of the updates that have changed Summoner's Rift. So let's get started. So this patch has brought out a ton of changes for the game. What have you personally had to change in your playstyle to acclimate to it?
Mostly because of the jungle changes. The jungle is pretty different right now. Not everyone's really sure about like jungle pass and all that, so it's really random. So the old patch, it's just, you know, junglers gank at this time, 3:30, jungler's gonna gank. But now this patch, you know, jungler's gonna get 2 minutes, 2:30, 3 minutes, all this random junk. So I have to play.
It's all over the place.
Yeah, so you know, sometimes you just randomly die over and over. So you have to, I guess you have to read the game better.
So how do you go about doing that?
I mean, it's really hard, and sometimes it's just random. It's like, this guy just got random, he does the gromp or something, and he'll gank no buffs. So like, it's not really anything you can do about it. You just kind of have to like punish it after, like with your jungler, and like invade his other buff or something.
So more communication, or?
I guess it's just, it's like if the jungler does do that and it doesn't succeed, like that jungler should like get punished by like losing 3 buffs or so. Like that pretty much always happens. So that's just like, you know, telling your jungler, hey, this guy ganked me, let's go for his buff after.
So there's more randomness, but there's more risk also. So that kind of leads in actually. The jungle, like, there's been a lot of changes, right? And everything is so different now. There's so many different items, so many different picks you can do, and the meta's completely shifted. So how does this affect the way that you pick champions and the way that it affects your strategy in mid lane? And we kind of went into a little bit, but maybe expand a little bit. Yeah.
I don't think the jungle items changed like how mid lane is. It's just the champs that are popular right now. So it's like really high gank gems like Pantheon, Jarvan are really popular. So because of that, I feel like mobility mid lanes are really valuable. So I think we saw Ziggs from Costa today. Ahri's good. So like really high mobility champs are really good in this meta because you can't escape Jarvan ganks, man.
Yeah, he's so good. Yeah. And then like get into like new items, right? So there's like the items have changed the build pass. Chalice and Tier in particular are the ones that like we're really feeling right now. So how do you change your items and like how do you change your build pass to work with this meta and to work for and against what's happening right now?
Yeah. So the biggest change right now to mid-lane items is that Chalice is a lot more expensive. Null Magic went from 400 500 gold and making Chalice a total of 1k. And that kind of blows to get as a mid laner. So everyone's like, you know, let's just get Morellos. It's 2100 gold. It's 500 cheaper than Athene's, and it gives more AP, same CDR, and all you're losing is just magic resist and the passive mana regen. And you know, that's all you really need as a mid laner, because no one really takes MR anyway. Everyone takes AP level glyphs. So if you play well, then Morellos should do just fine.
Do you have any? That also helps with wave clear, right? Which you said might be an issue when the new patch hit.
Oh yeah, because of this new patch,
minions
no longer have resistances. They don't have armor and MR, and they scale greater with health. So let's say if you're Ahri or LeBlanc, you have your wave clear ability maxed at level 9. Sometimes if you don't have enough ability power, then your Q is not going to last with the range creeps. So especially if you go Grail, you're definitely not going to have AP to do it. But if you have Morellos, then
the wave clear gets better.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. That's cool. Let's see. So let's talk about objectives. So we're kind of going like items, jungle, everything has sort of changed. So objectives, there's the dragon, tower, baron are all quite a bit different. How do players like need to respond to these changes? How do you respond to these changes? And what are some of like the optimal strategies surrounding objectives now that have to change for you to play a really good game?
So for dragons, they no longer give gold, but they give gold in combat stats. So I think in this change, it just naturally prolongs the game. So you'll rarely see like games that just end in like 20-minute stops. Because like before you'd see teams get 2 dragons to get 300, 400 gold instantly. That's like, bam, you get an item. So that's like 4 gold straight up, you can like one-shot someone. But now you get like this like really weird stat that scales better late game than early game. Because the first dragon's like 6% bonus ability power in AD or whatever, which is like
8% AD or something.
It's 6%. Well, I guess 420 it's 8%.
Yeah.
But 421 it's 6%.
It's 6%. Okay.
And that stat is like, that stat doesn't do anything early game. That's like 5 AP or something early.
So does it mean games will be longer drawn out now? Like they'll be just longer in general?
It's like usually before, I mean, yeah, it would, because before you get like a pick, you get dragon, so you get like 300 gold off the kill, and then like another 200 off the dragon, so that's like 500 gold for you. But now if you just get the pick and the dragon, that's only 300 gold. So I guess it does slow down the game in that sense, because like getting the dragon doesn't really progress the game at that time, but because you need 5 stacks for it to really matter. The 5 dragon stacks.
Does it start becoming strong at like 3 or 4 though, or is it literally 5 that you have to like absolutely strong?
Even 3rd or 4th dragon like doesn't mean
not
much.
that big
It's
of a
just
deal.
like it's just like the scare factor, really, like make these guys come to dragon because they don't want you to get 5 dragons.
Yeah, but dragon's also stronger, right? So that affects team fights because there's like a lot of fights that get decided early game around dragon, right?
Yeah, so then you'll see like the enemy team like maybe like go even in team fights even though they're way ahead in gold just because dragon's just like,
they'll take bigger risks.
Yeah, so the game's just like really. It takes a lot longer to close out now, I feel.
So do you feel like it's more dynamic now, like there's more randomness, like it's better in general, like there's more excitement, or is it the opposite?
I don't know if it's better, but I guess you'll like, the thing I like about this change is that in the past we've seen World Finals, there's just 3-0 stomps, it's just not that great to watch. I feel like even though this changed, like I don't know if it's the best, you won't see stomps like that anymore at the World Finals.
Yeah, so in terms of the LCS, it's better to watch for competitive play.
Yeah, but if it's healthy or not, I'm not sure yet. We'll see later on in the patches. But
I feel like the whole game is sort of moving in that direction. They're just more healthy to watch for competitive play. Like if you're actually watching the LCS, it's like there's more stuff going on.
There's
like
always
that's
action.
They change the jungle. Yeah,
there's a lot of action, but that randomness, I'm not sure if that's good for competitive play because there's less calculation. It's just like if it happens, it happens. It's almost RNG almost.
Yeah. Does Baron change anything? Like. In the same, along the lines of objectives.
Are we still talking about 420? Because 421 variant's a lot different.
Well, we should be talking about the most current patch. Yeah. So 421.
Oh, okay.
This should all be 421, right?
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, well, in variant 420, like that thing lasts us for literally 1 push.
Yeah.
Because it lasts for I think a minute or 70 seconds or something like that. So if you're pushing down mid, you have variant buff, and if they clear the wave, say, well, variant buff's down. That's literally all your variant buff.
That's it.
It's just you really only get like gold from variant buff right now.
Right. I was hearing people were like going after dragon instead. Yeah. Yeah, it was like more important.
I feel like that's better.
But that changed.
Like the old variant in 420, that was really good. It's like you can siege forever. You can get like I think 2 cannon creeps off 1 variant buff, and like that cannon creep is so strong.
Yeah.
It's just like sniper terror. They don't have it. And then you combine with like a banner command or something, which is actually a really good item. I feel.
Is it?
Because it gives a magic shield. Because in most team comps, your wave clear comes from your AP mage.
Yeah.
But banner command makes them invulnerable to magic damage. So unless you have like an 80 wave clear, then that cannon creep can like live forever.
So you need like Tristana or someone.
Or like an Ezreal or like a Jace.
And they're upcoming also anyway, right?
Yeah, Jace is really popular, so it's Ezreal.
Let's see. Oh yeah, towers. What changed there?
What did change there?
Well, I think that
Are they worth less gold?
I think they do less damage, right?
Oh wait. There's the inhib tower that like shoots the laser.
Yeah.
And then there's the barrier chain, like.
But is damage on towers lower in general?
I think it's the same. At least the outer towers are the same. And then the inner one has like this random shield thing. I don't know why it's there, to be honest. Like,
okay, yeah.
I feel like that thing's just so random.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's just like, it just pisses you off.
Yeah, it's just weird. Okay, so you don't think there's many changes to towers that make a difference?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. So, but it seems like the changes were big, but then when you actually play the game, like this, it's sort of insignificant.
It just like surprises you.
Yeah,
like,
it's not that
big. Before
big
it was a tower shot, now there's just a laser shoot.
I mean, if you're gonna push and get the second tower, and you were gonna get the second tower, like the changes don't make you not get the tower, right? You're gonna get it anyway. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay, this one is for people that are watching the interview and they want to really try to improve as players. And I think personally, like I've been championing you as like the best mid laner like for a long time. I said that. And so, considering mid lane, what are some of the really critical points? Like, if you could think of like 1 or 2 things you would suggest to people to really improve their mid lane play, considering this meta and what we're talking about, what would those things be?
I'd say it's about. Right now, I think you have to really pick up new champions. Like the old champions before, like they're really like obsolete compared to like the Xeraths, the Jaces, the assassins right now that are really good, like LeBlanc. Zed's even good right now.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Orianna's like starting to fall off a little bit just because like she's still immobile, but like she can still work just because she's Orianna. So I think champion pool is a really big thing in this meta. Another thing is because of this meta that's full of like these poking mids and like
Ziggs
Zera,
yeah.
and then these assassins like Zed, like all these matchups like require extremely good spacing and lane. The spacing is just like being able to dodge your skill shots and positioning yourself to land your own, and that's like really important in this meta because these champions they're the best at punishing poor spacing, and if you aren't a good spacer, then you're gonna get like destroyed lane every time.
How do you improve that, like in real time?
First thing I do is you just go on League Wiki, just look up the stats on these abilities like Zera Q. Let's say it's this long cooldown and this long range. So every time he uses this, you have X seconds of freedom to do whatever you want, and then you know you have to stay this far range to not be able to get hit by it.
Yeah.
So knowledge is first, and then just putting it into practice is next.
Not enough people read stats. They don't actually know how much damage something actually does, and then they're like, well, can I get away with this or not? Like, most people don't realize that pro players, they actually know the numbers behind it, right?
Yeah.
So you know that it's going to do 200 damage, you have 250 health, and you're going to survive it, right?
Yeah, like knowing cooldowns is like the most important thing for mid lanes.
Yeah.
Playing against Orianna especially, like, Orianna's level 1, they always start shield. So you just kind of like have to know, like, well, if I poke her now, she's going to shield. Can I poke her again? Like, or we can just be trading like abilities for shields. Like, you just have to like know everything and like play it accordingly. Okay, yeah, that would probably really help the mid player out. That's really good. Let's see. Talking about Team Dignitas a little bit, just in relation to this patch, like, how are we doing? What are some of the things that you've kind of encountered on your scrims and with the team in terms of practicing, and what are the challenges? Like, what do we have to overcome to be very successful? I'd still say we're getting used to the new jungle. Like, there's a lot of random things you can do with this jungle. Like, you can be really cheeky, like these really weird cheesy strats, like ganking out the ground ball, obviously, and all that.
Yeah.
I'd say we just have to like be really careful to invades, level 1 strats. So level 1 strats are like really new to this game right now. Getting used to new jungle. I feel like that's what every team's doing right now. Okay, so you say the team is basically on the same level as everyone else, like in terms of just trying to learn the patch and get really good pretty quickly and excel. How do you feel about IEM, given everything? I think I feel pretty good about IEM.
Yeah.
I think we'll do really well, like even though we didn't have much time to practice because we're still getting used to GG and Gamsu, but I think we have a good shot of taking it. Really? Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, I think so also. I think it's looking like a really strong team, so that's exciting. Any shout outs to people, to the team, sponsors, anything like that you want to say? We'll both do that, I guess. So. Yeah, shout out to fans. Sorry for our last bit in our roller coaster ride of a spit, I guess. I hope to do everyone proud this season. I think you will do really well, and I hope everyone gives Core GG and Gamsu a shot. Like, I know you lost Cutie Pie and Sonder, pretty popular in the community, but I think everyone will like them as well. Yeah, they have great personalities. They really do. Like, I think if people give them a chance, like a couple of people have been coming onto their streams and being like, oh, these guys are so friendly and they're really lively. Yeah. So any other shout outs or? Thank you to all our sponsors. We really love you guys. Thank you for everything. And thank you guys for watching. Just thank you to all the community that supports us, YouTube, Reddit, thank you guys. And again, I'm Mylixia. This is Team Dignitas' very own Shiphtur. Thank you guys for joining us for this interview. We really hope it's been helpful. Hi, I'm Shiphtur. Hi, I'm Cole JJ. And we're from Team Dignitas. Welcome to our YouTube channel.
Have you seen the swimming pool? Have you been to the swimming pool yet?
Please subscribe.
Cool.
Thank you and goodbye.